Welcome to Dragonfly Trading. Hope everybody's doing well. My name is Carrie and I'm a full-time Elliott Wave trader in the crypto and Forex markets. I'm sure everyone's wondered, where have I been? Well, I can say it's been a really hard 9 days. My grandmother lives with me. She fell, broke 9 ribs and her neck, so she's in a trauma center. We had some workers here fixing some electrical problems, and my power was turned off for 2 days. And then while they were here, they ripped my internet clean out of the ground. Cable, pipe, everything. And it took a week to get that turned back on. So that's where I've been. But I did keep the Discord updated via Loom videos off my iPad. And yeah. So if you're interested in the Discord, it's open. Just go to my website, sign up, and we would love to have you. We have a lot to talk about. I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible, but of course, it's probably going to be a little bit more long of a video, okay? Because I really kind of dug into this count to see what is really going on. So, and I want to share that with you, and it's going to take a little longer, so bear with me. All right, we're going to do a little backwards today. We're going to start with ETH. So, most of the Elliottians out there are wanting to call this wave right here a wave 1 and a wave 2 and say that this is all wave 3, 4 is in, or we're looking for 4 and we're about to get 5. Okay? Well, I have a little bit of problem with it. Of course, right? When I look at this right here, this wave, first of all, we have these overlapping wave structure right here. So if this is our 1 and this is our 2, wave 3 should have gave us separation, just total separation without these overlapping waves. So I'm like, okay, well, let's make it a leading diagonal. So when I make it a leading diagonal, the problem is where's our wave 3? We don't have one. This comes right to the 1-to-1. Well, even if I back it up and ignore the overlap, we just hit the 1.618. We failed to get our 5th wave. Now that can happen where we fail to get our 5th up to the 2.236. But up on a 3-day time frame, doesn't usually happen, guys. So I'm really looking at this right now as a leading diagonal A. This was a pullback for B, and this was a C wave, which means it was a 3-wave move. Which to me means that we had a 3-wave move for W, 3-wave move for X, and then we had a 3-wave move for Y. And that the bear market really ended here. And this isn't a 1. It's totally possible, guys, and something that we have to really consider. So if that is true, it means that we started here. Okay, we've got a perfect wave 1. We got a pullback for 2. Blast off. We hit the 1.618 for 3. We're looking, is our wave 4 done or is it not done? And then we're looking for 5, which 5 can easily take us up to the $10,000, $11,000 mark without even getting overextended. So when I pull a time on this, because when you get a wave 4, you're correcting your wave 2 to your 3. And when I pull time on it, it's short. The 4 is not hitting enough time. Okay. But it is a guideline. It's not a rule saying we have to hit these fib extensions. So it is acceptable that it front run it a little bit, okay? So 4 can totally be in here. And a couple things can be happening here. I've talked about it in many of my videos. So we can have a WXY to the downside that hit a perfect 618. And this can easily be a W. What did I do here? This can easily be a W, an X, and a Y, or an ABC. And then we're coming back to the downside. What it creates is a very bullish correction that would be our 4, which would make more sense to me. Our yellow 4 would get moved over to here, and then we would go up for that 5th wave. So this is one option here. That's one option of what is happening. Okay. The other option is that we are creating what we call a 1-2-1-2, where this is all 1, we pull back for 2, this is all 1 that should be done because we do not want our second one to be bigger than our first one. We want it to be smaller. We're doing 1, 2 should pull back and find support on top of our first one, or maybe just a little further down. And then we blast up for 3, 4, 5 and put in this 5th wave. For this to come true, we cannot break this low right here. This 1, 2 wave cannot break the bottom of that 1. And I really want to see it hold support on top of this 1, if this is the count. Now there's one more that I have kind of dug into today. And let's talk about that one. This I already showed you. So we have this 5-wave move and we have a pullback. When we pull time on a 1 and a 2, that's not what I wanted to do. But when we pull a time on a 1 and a 2, your 2 wave should take about the same amount of time as your 1 did. So you're looking for the 2. This correction is hitting what a wave 4 would hit. So keeping that in mind, that a 2 should take longer, if you pull a fib extension on this correction we had, you can see that we are hitting perfectly the expanded B pocket. So what I'm saying is we were climbing in this channeling look, okay? And when you climb in a channel like that, first off, it's what a WXYXZ likes to do. And if you also look closer, all of these waves are overlapping each other, especially up here in this area. We just have overlap, overlap, overlap. We have overlap into this one. we have overlap into this one. So when you have a WXYXZ, they like to make zigzags. We call it a triple zigzag. And inside of it is your zigzags that are 5, 3, 5. And that's how you get that impulse look, because all of these are 5 waves in there, but they overlap each other. And it climbs in a channel. Like this. Okay? I really feel, guys, that it's possible that that's what this is doing. And what we're actually making here is a WXY or an ABC. And we had 3 to the downside, a corrective climb to the upside that's hitting the expanded B pocket. And now we're going to get a wave to the downside that's going to make sense for this being a 1. And hitting the requirement for a 2. So what we would actually be creating in here is a correction that's like this. And then all of this is our 1. And this running flat would be our 2. Invalidation is way down here at the bottom of our 1. Can this come deeper? It can. It can make an expanded flat and still be a 2. But I'd like to see it stay as a running flat, because we would still have the options open to us that this can either be a 1 and a 2, and then we create a 1 and a 2 that finds support on top of the other one, and then we're looking at a very big correction. Or this is all 1 and this is 2. And let's pan out so that you understand. Let me get this off here. I'm trying to go as fast as I can here so that we don't make this a 3-hour video. Okay. So real quick, let's go over our options. We have the possible correction like this for a 4. Then we go up for 5. Or this is a 1, 2, 1, 2 that will find support most likely on top of the prior one. And then we're going to get the 3, the 4, and then the 5 to the upside. Getting up to those targets that I talked about over here. Last one, this is a 1, and we're making a 2. Then we go up for 3, 4, and 5. The only bad thing that could happen here is if we make, oh, don't do that, don't do that. Goodness. Okay. Is that this gets ugly and we make an expanded flat. But guys, I don't think that's going to happen. But even if it does and it breaks the A wave, it's going to come right into this prior 4th wave. And I think we got a good chance to kick off back up for our 5th. All right, let's move over to Bitcoin so this doesn't get so long. Okay, so Bitcoin. Bitcoin Same scenario. Most people are calling this a 1 and a 2, and I am too. But I can make this corrective where the actual run started here. Okay, but for right now, we're going to leave this as a 1 and this is a 2. Okay. That being said, if that's the case, we've got a 1 and a 2. This is all 3. This 4, when you pull time from this 2 to this 3, is hitting nicely in the time zone. Okay. So we have a couple of options here. We're looking for 5. If this is a 1 and this is a 2, we're still looking for 3. We'll get another 4 that comes in back into this 4, and we're still looking for another big 5 up there somewhere in Neverland. Okay. Now this all depends on the fact if this is a 1 and a 2. If this is not a 1 and a 2 and it's a WXY, then it's a good chance that this is ending. Like when this 5 completes, that would be the end of this run. So we really need this to be a 1 and a 2 so that we get this 3rd, this 4th, and this 5th on up higher. Okay. All right. So let's talk about what can be going on here, and then we'll dig into this right here. So we have, and I'll go to a lower time frame for that. All right. Actually, I'm going to go here. Sorry. I'm all over the place today. So we have the option that 4 is not in, that we're creating an ABC to the upside, and same as ETH, and that we're going to get this type of correction for our 4 that either fills these gaps or it doesn't, and it leaves them open, and we make a running flat, and then we go up for our final 5th, or this is a 1 and this would be a 3rd. Then we get a 4 and then a 5 back up. Okay. Other option is that we're creating a 1 and a 2. This is a 1 and we don't want it to get much bigger here. Pull back, find support on top of this one, then kick up for our 3, our 4, and then our 5. And then at that point, we'll be looking, do we have a wave 3 that goes with these two? And that would come in right here. Come down for 4, and then we would still kick up for another 5. If this is a 1 and a 2. Okay. Last option. The last option here, and I haven't seen many people talk about this, is that we're making a 1 and a 2, a 3, a 4, and we're just about done, and this is a 5. And this is our 5th wave. Okay. This is totally possible, guys, that this is all a 4. Okay. That maybe we come down, and we'll talk about this mess in here, but maybe we come down, okay, and all of this is a 4, and then we go one more 5th to the upside, and this is a 5 wave move, and it's our fifth wave. But let's dig into this real quick here. Now, there's a lot of Elliottians that are trying to make this a 1 and this a 2. I've seen a 1 and a 2 like this. No, guys. First of all, your second 1 and 2 can't be bigger than your first 1 and 2. So that's a no-no right there in itself. Then I've seen it where it's like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. Is that possible? I guess so. Anything's possible. But this right here looks like a 3-wave move to me. Totally. Now, could we call this WXY in here? Okay. And what we actually have is a 1. Let me get this out of the way. A 1. Let me move this out of here. Let me get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. Okay. So WXY, this is 1 and this is 2 over here. It's possible. That is a possible count where we did 3, 3, 3. Just checking to make sure it's requirements. It's possible, but that's a really big 2-wave. When you pull time on it, this one was very quick. So we're talking our 2-wave should have ended at least here. Not way over here like this. But the times are a guideline, they're not a rule. So could this be a 1 and a 2? It could be, but now look. Our 4, if this is a 4, it's in our 1. So that doesn't make sense to me either. Okay? So I don't like this. I don't like this at all. To me, what's happening here is we're making a WXY. Where we did 3 waves, 3 waves, and now we either need 3 waves, which that looks like what it's going to be. They can come to the 1-to-1 or could come down to this support here. And if we pan out on that, that would be a nice correction to confirm the 1-2-1-2. It'd be a nice correction to confirm that. But don't be surprised if we get a pop here that could take us up pretty high. I could totally see them doing that. Giving us a pop-up, making us think that we're going to the moon, and we just come back down. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of long. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I will see you in the next one.